this is Bob Mason from FX Empire and welcome to the daily crypto tech review of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple's XRP. Looking at the MACDs, the moving averages, the day's support, resistance and pivot levels and the Fibonacci's. It is Saturday the 3rd of April. Jumping straight into Bitcoin against US dollar and the hourly candlesticks, bullish start to the day here. Going to need to see Bitcoin avoid a fall back through the pivot at 59,159 to take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 60,000. We'll need to see support from the broader market for Bitcoin to break out from 59,500 levels. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect the first major resistance level and yesterday's high at 61.90 to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Bitcoin target March swing high 61,699 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 61,021. A fallback through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 58,128 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Bitcoin should stay clear of sub 58,000 support levels. Second major support level sits at 57,297. Looking at the MACDs, with a marked narrowing of the bearish histograms and a possible bullish cross formation there, so keep an eye on that. That should support the morning upside. On the EMAs, 50's holding its ground against the 100 and the 200, inconclusive as yet. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid a fallback through the pivot at 59,159 and break back through to 59,500 levels to bring resistance levels into play. If failures to do that, support levels will come into play. Moving across to Ethereum against US dollar, it's a bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Ethereum avoid a fall through the pivot at 2076 to take a run at the first major resistance level, sitting at 2204. Going to need to see support from the broader market for Ethereum to break out from yesterday's high. It was at 21,145. So barring an extended rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of an extended rally, should see Ripple's XRP target 2400 levels before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 2273. A fall through the pivot will bring the first major support level at 2007 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ethereum should stay well clear of the second major support level sitting at 1880. Looking at the MACD, we got a marked narrowing of the bullish histograms supporting this morning's pullback. So we need to keep an eye on that. Could see a possible bearish cross. On the EMAs, however, bullish indicator with the 50 pulling further away from the 100 and the 200, suggesting further upside ahead. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid the pivot at 2076 and break out from yesterday's high 2145 to bring resistance levels into play. Failures to do that, support levels will be in play. Moving across to Litecoin against US dollar, also bearish start to the day. Going to need to see Litecoin avoid the pivot at 209 to take a run at the first major resistance level sitting at 216. We'll need to see support from the broader market for Litecoin to break out from this morning's high 214.71. So barring an extended crypto rally on the day, expect that first major resistance level and resistance at 220 to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Litecoin target resistance at 230 before any pullback. Second major resistance level sits at 221. Fall through the pivot level will bring the first major support level at 204 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Litecoin should stay clear of sub 200 support levels. Second major support level sits at 196 and the 23.6% fib is at 195. Looking at the MACDs, got a narrowing of the bullish histograms, but nothing suggestive of a slide through the morning. So need to keep an eye on that. On the EMAs, bullish indicator with the 50 pulling further away from the 100 and the 200. So keep through the early part of the day, avoid a fall through the pivot at 209 and break back through the morning high 214.71 to bring resistance levels into play. Failure to do that and support levels will come into play. Finally, looking at Ripple's XRP against the US dollar, particularly bullish start to the day here. Going to see Ripple's XRP avoid a slide back through to sub 60s and through the pivot level at 0.5932 to support another break through the first major resistance level at 0.6221 to then target the second major resistance level sitting at 0.6376. Barring extended rally all day, expect that second major resistance level to cap any upside. In the event of a breakout, should see Ripple's XRP target 0.65 levels before any pullback. A slide through the pivot level will bring the first major support level at 0.5776 into play. Barring an extended sell-off on the day, Ripple's XRP should still well clear of sub 0.55s. Second major support level sits at 0.5488. Looking at the MACDs, we had a widening of the bullish histograms through the morning, supporting this early breakout. So that's suggested a further upside ahead. On the EMAs, the 50 has also pulled further away from the 100 and the 200, which is a bullish indicator. So keep through the early part of the day, move back through the first major resistance level at 0.6221 to then target the second major resistance level and 0.65 levels. Failure to do that and should see sub 0.6 levels come into play before any recovery.